Happy Friday, my magical friends in TV land. What a great show we have in store for you. Look who's here. Dana Perino. Yeah, her new puppy, Percy, has been on the channel so much you'd think he's got a book out. I wonder what Percy could be thinking.
I love my mom, but I really just want to stay home and chew on stuff behind her back. If I would have known I was going to get dragged around all day, I would have stayed with that homeless guy. At least he sticks to one corner.
Also, Kat's here. Yay. It's Friday, so you know what that means. For 1 hour, your medicine cabinet is safe. Now, tonight's monologue is surprise about the media. And get this, the angle is how stupid they are. I'm nothing if not unpredictable. But their stupidity is so rich, Joe Biden wants to tax it. Case in point, check out this tweet from this lonely hack from the Daily Beast who pretended a joke question I did on The Five was actually real. It was a parody multiple choice question where I ask, is Joe Biden a racist with blood on his hands? The answer is A, yes, B, of course, C, A and B, D, all of the above. Now, if you can't see that it's a joke, The View is looking for a new cast member, and you should audition immediately. Anyway, this is idiocy snagged in another sucker, Brian Klass, a professor who tweets, I've lived in several authoritarian regimes, and this is more blatant and over the top than many of the state media propaganda networks in those countries. Way to humble brag about living in Canada. But you know, he's right. It was blatant and over the top, which is usually a sign that it's a joke, you dumbass. Here's another lefty with stage 4 cancer of the funny bone. These people couldn't spell funny if you gave them the F-U. Anyway, that guy's a columnist for the Washington Post, so no wonder he couldn't tell the difference between parody and reality. When lefties spend all their time around other lefties, they don't need to. They just agree with their own feverish fantasies, and there's no one there to apply the brakes. Here's a Huffington Post headline. Fox News jokey Joe Biden graphic isn't funny at all. Greg Gutfeld introduced a mock survey question on The Five that went too far. Yes, it went too far. Says a listicle junk site that spends endless space labeling half of America bigots and murderers. My phony quiz directly mocked their hysteria, but it flew over their heads like Dana trying to field a ground ball. Because it's on the ground and over her head. But this cluelessness is not a bug in the system, it's the system itself. For example, have you noticed how the media is handling the Jussie Smollett case? It's getting less coverage than Brian Stelter wearing a Speedo. I want that image in your head all weekend. Apparently, there's tape of Smollett doing a dry run of the hoax. Hell, he didn't rehearse that much for an episode of Empire. But that's big news, and you'll only hear about it here. And why is that? It's because how can you revisit a story that already made you look like an ass?
This is a horrible story, no matter what kind of attack or crime it was. But I'm so shaken by the story, I forgot. I know he walked himself to the hospital. Do we know how he is now?
I don't believe Jussie is making this up.
I don't like that it's being put out there in the media that this is a possible hate crime.
Right.
I think that even sows a seed that makes people feel like, well, is he making this up? Well, what is this about?
Right.
I don't like that.
And the media has really cast so much doubt on his story, which I find so personally offensive, that a gay black man is targeted and then suddenly he becomes the victim of people's disbelief.
He said his attackers hurled racial and homophobic slurs at him. And this is America in 2019.
That's America in 2019. If you work at CNN. It's not America. It's not America at all. It's amazing. They all fell for Smollett the way Dana fell for David Hasselhoff in the 80s. Very, very hard. And they continue to distort the case.
Tonight on the Chess News Network.
Peter Pond here for the Chess News Network. David B. Rooks has been suspended for reporting the truth. We're outside the trial of Jussie Smollett, hoping to talk to somebody from the inside. Oh, looks like one of the jurors is here now. Sir. As one of the jurors, how racist is the jury?
I'm not a juror.
Oh, one of the jurors hiding their identity. So how long have you been a white supremacist?
Dude.
So just the judge then. I get it. Wait, so how incredible of an actor is Jussie Smollett?
I don't know. I'm not familiar.
Have you seen Mighty Ducks?
Ooh, he is pretty good in that.
Right. Okay, so this case involves a noose. Do you think we're going to have a hung jury?
You're an idiot. Get away.
It's pronounced journalist. The latest from the trial. Back to you, Odin.
Thank you. All right. Gotta be honest, it's tough to come back from such fake news and then report the real story, because then you have to admit how stupid you are reporting the fake news. The media should call in sick on April Fool's Day. So the press is now like all your relatives who voted for Biden because they said Trump was the worst president in history, and now lately they just don't want to talk politics. That Daily Beast tweet is an analogy for the media's embrace of all things fake because they want it so bad to be true. It's how I got catfished by that guy pretending to be Dr. Oz. To think I let him examine me. In a van. Didn't call. And because they live in a bubble, no one will tell them how dumb they are, so they continue falling for the jokes and the hoaxes. Remember how Trump overfed those fish at the koi pod? Remember him injecting bleach? Remember the Fine People hoax? The dossier? Remember how Trump kissed a baby while campaigning, then proceeded to punt the brat into the crowd? I made that one up because we know the media would still find it believable. Yeah, all these were manufactured phantoms that the media amplified. Then, when it turned out they were wrong, their memory is suddenly worse than Joe Biden's. It's why they can't cover the biggest stories, like emails on Hunter's laptop. The sitting president was laundering corruption from our largest enemy through his son, and we have texts, emails, photos, and suddenly they're not curious because they went out of their way to pretend that story didn't exist in order to win an election. They said Smollett was real before they checked. They thought Andrew Cuomo was God before they checked. They said Hunter's laptop was fake before they checked. They do less due diligence than Cat on Tinder. Marriage hasn't slowed her down. And because they get so much wrong, eventually they won't be able to comment on anything that reminds us of their wrongness. Pretty soon, all you're going to hear on CNN is crickets.
Oh, the crunch.
Good. That was nice. See, it's easy to track all of their mistakes. You just look at the stories not being reported. Those are the big stories they got wrong before. And so they intentionally misread things knowing they can get away with it. So just to check that you're all listening, I leave you with a final question. Does the media intentionally avoid big stories because it exposes their incompetence and corruption? A, yes. B, of course. C, A and B. D, all of the above. Note to the Daily Beast, that question, not a joke. Let's welcome tonight's guest. Her last name's Italian for I can't reach the top shelf. America's newsroom co-anchor and co-host of The Five, Dana Perino. When voters want to turn right, they head west. Texas GOP candidate for governor, Alan West. He's the king of tech who's given the woke heck. Author of the book Woke Inc., Vivek Ramaswamy. And finally, for Christmas, all she wants is world peace and Vicodin. Lots and lots of Vicodin. Fox News contributor Kat Tipp. Dana, so the chart I did was actual parody. But then the DCCC, which is, what is that?
It's the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, so they're in charge of getting Democrats elected to the House.
Yes, so they did a chart to show you how gas prices under Biden have dropped. Do we have that?
Yes, it's quite the remarkable twist of facts here. In fact, they lost everybody on this, including the Washington Post.
Yeah.
Basically, they made the y-axis so long to make it look like 2 cents was a really big drop.
See that?
And like the statisticians, nobody could even believe this. So if you're a Democrat right now and you're thinking you want Joe Biden to win re-election and you have allies like these, you might need to rethink something.
It's good. So this massive line you're seeing, going down like this is from like 1 cent to 2 cents. That's what they did.
Yeah.
Amazing. Anyway, I don't know what the point was, but I like to see that's taken seriously.
And the other thing is, there was Matty Iglesias had written this tweet about how Biden had solved everything, and he was being sarcastic. They didn't realize it was being sarcastic because then the DCCC is like, well, he actually has done something. The gas prices have gone down. If you look at the y-axis of the
Amazing. Alan West running for governor.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's great. So, in this monologue, I keep trying, I think I figured it out. Like, how can the media report on a story if the story is a source of their constant embarrassment? Because then they always have to create the context like, hey, we were wrong. So this could be the reason why we get so much fake news.
Well, without a doubt, and I think the thing is they continue to be what I call a self-licking ice cream cone, where, you know, they have to continue to put out there this bad news, these fake news stories and what have you. And then when they do get confronted with truth, or even when they do get confronted with parody, like what you just talked about, or when you read the Babylon Bee.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many times that they refer back to the Babylon Bee and they say, well, maybe this was a real story.
Yeah.
I mean, they have completely lost all sense of reality and all sense of humor whatsoever, but they must come to understand they're now the target of our humor.
Yeah, exactly. It's a nice reversal. The Dean Wormer effect, I used to call it. Vivek, I want to bring you in on the woke angle. That the reason this is why I think wokeism still exists among journalists, because it's a safe area to do reporting for them. Like, as long as they just play woke, they could ignore all the other news.
Yeah, but there's no way to be woke and be funny at the same time, Greg.
Right.
I think we were talking about this before. Yeah. You know, liberals used to be funny. Liberals used to be funnier than conservatives because the funny side is the side that is able to talk about everything. And conservatives may have been prudish and they said, oh, we can't talk about this or that. They weren't the funny side. Now, what wokedom has done to liberalism is actually made liberals the side that have certain things they can't say or they can't talk about. And you can't be funny when you have limits. And not only can't you be funny, you apparently can't even get jokes on the other side. So that's why, you know, conservative comedians, I think, are going to be funnier going forward.
Yeah, and that's when you suddenly see the Huffington Post saying, he's gone too far. That chart he did, that's gone too far, cats. Do you have sympathy at all for the people that are paid to watch our show? Like, that have to, like, find things and put them out of context? I always wonder what that's like. The people that are doing this, like, they got to catch you, catch me, or catch Dana doing something awful. It's easy with her because she's got a mind in the gutter. She swears like a truck driver on amphetamines. It's really disgusting. I don't even know how the 5 stays afloat, to be honest.
All right, you done?
Yeah.
All right.
There was a question buried in that.
Yeah, I think so, somewhere. Look, it's interesting because they do have to take things out of context. You notice how the clip cut off right before Jessica responds, making it clear she sees it as a joke and joking along with you?
Yes.
So what's truly disgusting, making a joke or purposely twisting what was a joke to try and destroy another person that you've never met?
Yeah.
But I did have fun reading all the replies. I mean, they really were great. Like, someone was like, C and D are the same. I'm like, no, A, B, C, and D are the same, which is the joke. And then someone else was like, it's a joke. And then someone replied to them saying, that's what a puppy murderer would say. People... And these were like real people with their faces and names on their accounts. And I was just like, man, I am smart.
I had a reply saying, I expected more from you.
Yes.
That they thought that at least I would want to reject the hate. But that my need for hate is so great that I won't correct Greg Gutfeld on the 5.
Oh. You know, from now on, I'm just doing nothing but fake questions. Because this is going to be so much fun. It's like performance art. They do all the work for you. All you got to do is, like, throw a little pebble into the lake and you just watch it all, like.
And you get a monologue.
On a Friday. I needed one, too. My God, slow news day.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.